Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be working on the Nell T-shirt dress, and I'm going to be working with the sweater knit fabric which I received from Minerva as part of my brand ambassador role, and I thought it would be perfect to have a go at making an autumn winter Nell dress. So hi and welcome back. So this is a beautiful sweater knit fabric. I've never worked with sweater knit fabric before, so I thought give it a go, and I just thought it'd be perfect to make the Nell dress. Like I said in the intro, it's a sweater knit, so it's going to be warm. Now I've got quite a bit of it, so let me just double check how much I've got. I've got 2.5 meters. And it's called, let me just check, it's called Tranquil Leaves Sweater Knit Stretch Fabric. I thought it'd be perfect for a Nell dress. So there's a close-up of it. Really pretty. I love the pink, the blue, the gold ochre there, and it's on quite a deep bottle green background, and obviously there's leaves, shades of green of leaves going on. I thought it was quite autumn winter, and then as the name suggests, it says Tranquil Leaves, so I think it's quite a nice fabric to make into an autumn winter maxi dress. The Nell dress, if you're not aware, is the Nell dress is a t-shirt dress, but there's 3 options on top of the maxi length. So there's the maxi length, then there's the hip length, the waist length, and then there's the t-shirt. That's all part of that sewing pattern. I'll pop the link for that pattern in the box below. I've also got quite a few tutorial videos on how to make each one of those different variations as well. It was designed for t-shirt fabric, stretch jersey fabric throughout the summer. The neckline is like a scooped neckline, not overly low but lower, and I just thought if I left it like that it may be a little bit chilly for the autumn winter. So today I'm going to adapt to the neckline, and I'm also going to draft a long sleeve, and then if I like how that looks, then I will possibly make an add-on to the pattern. So probably a long sleeve plain like this, and also the long sleeve that I'm hopefully going to work on today. So what I'll do is I'll get the pattern out for the bodice and I'll adjust the neckline, and then I shall draft a new sleeve or adapt my sleeve somehow. We shall see. So yeah, so let's get going. So first things first, what I did is I took my bodice pieces, my front and back, drew round my original drafts there, and I raised the neckline by 6 centimeters and brought the shoulder in by 1 centimeter, and then on the back I raised the back by 2 centimeters and again brought the shoulder in by 1 centimeter, so both the front and the back shoulders matched. There you can just see me drawing in the new neckline curve there. So cut those new pieces out. Again, haven't any idea whether it's too high, but obviously I'll soon find out when I make this dress. And then I just need to calculate the new neckline circumference for my the neckband. But I will do that once I've got the bodice stitched together, and then I'll be able to calculate what I need. So then I'm taking my T-shirt, the sleeve for the dress, and just getting some more pattern paper out. And originally I was just going to draw around that sleeve, original sleeve, but then I got another sleeve out for the length, so I kind of cobbled two of my sleeves together, and my footage seemed to have, my camera seemed to have stopped halfway through here, so you can't see me drawing it, but all I did was draw around the sleeve and then redrew a new cuff to match the width of my wrist rather than my bicep, and then cut it all out, and then ready to cut it out onto the fabric. So all the pattern pieces are cut out on the fabric, so I'm just having a mass pin. So I like to bulk pin all my pieces together, then I go to the machine and then sew everything together. I find it much easier and much more productive that way. So I'm pinning the cuffs there, I've pinned the bodice pieces together, then I'll pin the skirt pieces, the sleeve pieces and the frill for the hem, all pinned together. Then I'm going to sew the whole dress on my overlocker. The only time I'm going to need my sewing machine is for the gathering stitches for the cuff of the sleeve area and the frill and the skirt. So I'm just adding the cuffs to the sleeve. Now, because this is quite a thick fabric, I have literally gathered it to the max and literally squeezed that sleeve into that cuff. So I couldn't possibly make a wider gathered sleeve to use with this type of fabric, that's for sure, because it really is just literally crammed in just enough to get in. And my overlocker did kind of struggle a little bit getting through all those thick layers, but it did it in the end. And I even overlocked over a pin. I know, shock horror, but all is well. I didn't damage the machine, thank goodness. So yeah, so just adding the cuffs and then pull out the gathering stitches, and that will be the sleeves done. Then I will then move on to, once I've took the gathering threads out, I'll then move on to adding the sleeves to the bodice. So once the bodice is complete, I am then going to measure the circumference of my new neckline. I can't just automatically assume that the other neckband's going to fit, because it's obviously not going to, because I've raised the neckline. So I'm just going to quickly measure with my tape measure just to get the circumference of the neckline, and then I will make my new neckband with roughly 85 to 90% of the circumference, so it's got a little bit of stretch. Obviously you need your neckband to have a little bit of stretch. So there we go. So I'm just cut that out, and then I'm just reducing it down by the difference on this new neckline. So almost at the end of sewing this dress, all I've got to do now is add the skirt to the ruffle. So obviously lots of gathering. I stitched my 2 rows of gathering for the skirt, and again on the ruffle, pinned them all together and stitched them in place. And then once the skirt was done, it was just attaching it to the bodice, and then I was just going to finish off using my cover stitch to finish off around the neckband, and use the cover stitch to stitch the hem. So here is the Nell dress in all her glory. Higher neckline, long sleeves. Quite pleased with what it looks like on Mabel so far. I haven't tried it on, so I have no idea what it's going to be like. I did not enjoy working with this sweater knit fabric at all. It grows as soon as you cut into it. Word of wisdom, if you're going to have your notches, do not cut your notches with scissors like I did. Pop a pin in or use a marker pen, or an erasable pen, because I've got a couple of points on there where I've marked the mark the notches with the scissors, and it just grows like ladders straight away, just like cutting into a jumper. It's just like that. So it was very, very clicky, and it'd be no good if my cat sits on my knee. It would end up being click central totally. So it's not any good for cats and dogs, definitely not. Yeah, so as soon as you cut into it, you need to overlock it and not overly handle it. It's lovely and soft, I'll give it that, but it is quite acrylic, so I'm not sure what it'll be like to wear, but it could turn into be a really cozy autumn winter dress with my boots. But it's all good in the end, because it's also helped me develop the neckline for maybe an add-on pack for the Nell T-shirt dress and the long sleeves. And there will be also a blog post over on Minerva under my profile, more pictures of me wearing this dress, and I'll pop the link for my profile in the box below as usual. And I also popped a link to the Nell T-shirt dress, if it's a pattern that you quite like to make, is available in PDF format. But once again, thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed behind the scenes and me working in my studio again, and I shall see you on my next sewing video. But until then, happy sewing. So, my final thoughts on the dress. So I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I think I need to add a fraction length on the sleeve there. It's just sitting a little bit too short for me anyway. I prefer it to be maybe a few centimetres, 2 to 3 centimetres longer. And also I think the neckline is a fraction too high, maybe a centimetre I need to take off on the neckline there. But apart from that, super happy with how it's turned out, and I'm just modelling it with a couple of my crochet shoulder snugs. I've got 3, and all 3 go really nice together. They all pick out each of the colours individually in the dress, so I'm not going to be stuck with layering and accessorising with this dress. So yeah, overall really, really pleased. Just those few little tweaks and it'll be perfect.